Make sure you're logged into playzenik.com. Select your age. Click Start Coding. JavaScript. And here you can follow along with all our examples and code along with us. Hey everyone, Paul from TechZenik here. And in this lesson, we'll be learning about while loops. Loops are an important concept for programmers because they let us automate code without having to program a lot. And it's a lot faster to automate a loop than doing the code by hand ourselves. There are two main types of loops in JavaScript, while and for loops. In this lesson, we'll be learning about while loops. The three main components of a loop are, number one, the counter variable. This keeps track of how many times we're looping. The second component is the condition. The loop condition tells us when to stop our loop. Otherwise, we'll have an infinite loop. And the third component is the increment. Every time we loop, we need to add 1 to our counter variable. So let's start writing a loop right now. For a while loop, I'm going to first write our counter variable. Let counter equals to 0. And now I'm going to write my while loop. To do this, we write while brackets, and inside these brackets, we write our condition. So for this loop, I want to console log the numbers from 0 to 5. So my condition will be if the counter is less than 6, curly brackets, we will run some code. And now, inside the curly brackets, we're going to write some code to show how we count from 0 to 5 using a loop. So I'm going to console log our counter variable here. So every time we run this loop, we're going to console log our counter, which starts at 0. Now, after we console log our counter, we need to increment our counter. In this case, we're going to increment it like so. Counter equals counter plus 1. What this piece of code is doing is taking the current value of our counter, so it's currently at 0, and then we add 1 to it. So the next time we loop, our counter variable is set to 1, and when we add it again, we get 2. An easier way, or a most common way to write this, is counter plus plus. This code does the exact same thing. You can even write it like counter plus equals 1. These all do the same thing for incrementing your counter variable. So now, when I clear my console and run my code, we are now console logging the numbers from 0 to 5 using a while loop. Thank you for listening. See you guys in the next lesson.